everyone. My name is Ava Nicole Francis, and welcome to the interview series for the lineup. I'm here with Leslie Carrara-Rudolph. Leslie, thank you so much for joining.
I mean, this is the fairy wave.
Oh, the fairy
Uh,
wave.
yeah, you only know this wave if you've met a real fairy. So
Ooh, are you a real fairy or have you
I-
met a real fairy?
I'm kind of both. I pilot Abby, and she's a
Okay.
real fairy. She teaches me the fairy ways, but I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a fairy.
I think you're a fairy. I mean, look at your background. I think that's very whimsical, very fairy-like.
This is my dragon, Fearless.
I love her.
I've been drawing her for a long time. So Fearless has a unicorn horn, and she protects everybody's heart, their art.
Oh, that's so
E
cute.
capital ART. So I started a mural. She's gonna have ruby. Those tennis shoes are gonna be ruby tennis shoes,
I
you know,
love.
brick. So
Yeah.
I tried to. There's whimsy down here. I think there's whimsy above
Oh
us.
my gosh, there's so much whimsy.
There's whimsy
Wow.
everywhere. Oh my gosh.
We love whimsy.
I'm in my art cave.
Your art cape. I think you might be the most whimsical person that we've had on the lineup thus far.
Oh, really? Did you hear that, Gordon? I'm here with my Sasquatch. We are in the woods. And yeah, my like
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
I know this is
Wow.
sorry. Hi, Gordon. Really,
Oh, hi,
not
Gordon.
here too.
So, Leslie, you are like a multi-creator. You're a puppeteer, comedian, singer, storyteller. What like first sparked your love for creating these characters and bringing them to life?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, quickly, my dad, whose name is Arturo, Italian. That's the Carrara part. Always say I'm half Italian, the hairy half. So my dad wanted to be an animator for Disney, and he went after being having multi-generational family, like all us kids and my grandparents live with us. He went back to school. We moved down from he moved and went to Cal Arts, and he ended up, instead of being an animator for Disney, became an art teacher. So we were constantly being creative. My dad always painted murals wherever we were. We went art in the park. We I've always painted my shoes. Like, we are allowed to just create whimsy wherever we go. And I would like cartoon a character, like totally, different characters. And then I would just kind of, um, you know, dress up as them, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm coughing. That last character, I don't know why I was coughing, but anyway. And then I would like dress up as the characters, and I watched Carol Burnett,
Of
who was
course.
a big hero, and she was a female permission slip that you could create anything. So I kind of went back and forth, and then some of my ideas were really weird and hard to dress up as. Like, for example, this toe foot. This is ah this is this is
Oh,
this is horrible. This is
wow.
like this is
That's
horrible.
crazy.
I would get these random ideas and then try to bring them through life through puppets or found objects. Um, and then I worked in the park and recreation department. And I worked a lot with kids at risk, and I worked a lot with just kids wanting to be able to find ways to create their ideas. And so I kind of fell into puppetry that way. Like, it wasn't television puppetry, it was found object puppetry. That's why Lolly's a sock. And then sometimes, in order to tell stories, puppets would work. Sometimes feet with scary toenails or a Sasquatch arm. So I really wanted to create ways to reach kids and families, in kind of a Mary Poppins meets Monty Python way.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that.
yeah, so I wrote a show called Life in Other People's Shoes a long, long time ago, where I would cartoon the character, and then they had shoes on the stage, and I'd put on the shoes, and then I'd perform the characters. And someone from the Muppets came and said, "We're having auditions for female comedians who can sing in character."
Oh my,
And I was like, "What?" So I went to a cattle call.
wow. And that's how it happened.
Yeah. Like, and it was kind of like, I didn't even know that that was a job, because like I grew up on Sesame Street, but I really never thought that there was something underneath the puppet. Like, I genuinely loved Grover because he was earnest and wanted to do a good job, but almost always failed at it. You know, but
Right.
I just thought those were real characters in my mind. I didn't
Yeah.
think so. When I first got on Muppets Tonight, which was like 29 years ago, also when I met my husband, um, I was like, wait, what? You know, like I can bring these characters, you know. So
Yeah, you
that's when
get the behind the scenes of it.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
kind of, you know, I started in theater. I love theater. My degree is in child development through the arts. So I have a degree in child psychology, therapeutic recreation, theater arts. And then, so Sesame Street kind of was a dream come true because it was two worlds coming together.
Yeah. So, I mean, so on Sesame Street, I guess you were slash are good friends with to preserve the magic, Abby Cadabby,
Yeah,
who's
preserving the magic. Well, I mean, from Muppets, I kind of learned how to build my first puppet. You know, I did a lot of carved foam, and like you see, I'm an artist, right?
yeah,
So I just learned to like, and my puppets, don't tell Lolly, she'll show up in a minute. My puppets are just thrown together because when you go into schools, if I bring Abby into schools, kids the way kids interact with Abby is she's this magical fairy. Or even Tango, you know, I kind of, they interact with it like a real character and they're very gentle with her and everything. And but when I bring Lolly, because she's a sock and she's found object, kids kind of look at that and go like, I can make that. And
mm,
they're like, yes, you can make your own friend. So but Sesame Street was life changing. Abby's been on for 20 years now.
yeah, I know. So, I mean, because she's been on for so long, she's definitely like a beloved character for everybody. What would you say has been like the most meaningful moment for you in portraying her?
Oh my gosh. Well, both of the, honestly, I think there's so many. I think like the big highest fancy moments, you know, are like um when Abby got to read with First Lady Michelle Obama in the national tree lighting. um I was like, I can't believe this is happening. First of all, because it's two females, right? And usually, and I love Elmo, but it was always Elmo and somebody Elmo. And so this is the first time Abby was there just as herself, just as a female, right? And so being able to have these two strong women read to our nation's children was kind of
Yeah.
wild. Or singing jazz at Lincoln Center. If you haven't heard it, we did it's an album and a special with the Wynton Marsalis Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. And we did that live, and hearing the Sesame Street songs done with these incredible arrangements, that was just kind of insane. But then I have to say, my most rewarding is really like um, I work with a lot of kids that are on the spectrum and are
Mhm.
neurodiverse. And there's one young man, Andrew, who's nonverbal and lived in England. And for the very first time, he got on a plane,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he arranged for him to come visit Sesame Street. And that was so moving because his caregiver saying like he's so calm, he's so loving, you know. So I feel like I ride with a lot of kids through the J Fund Foundation. Um, so I think that's what it is when I'm in, when Lolly or Abby are genuinely hugged, like you could, my arm feels like it's soul hugged. So I think my most rewarding is like, you know, I'm here, the character's here, and I'm witnessing this beautiful exchange,
Yeah.
and it's humbling.
Oh,
Susie brought Hudson on,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
for his birthday, and it was epic.
That's so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he loved it.
Oh my gosh, we got to be his friends. It was hilarious. He was
I
just
love
like,
that.
I live on Sesame Street. You know, he was it was such a great day.
So, when you like create or embody like a new puppet character, how do you approach finding their voice? Because each one has a different sound.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all depends. Like, um, okay, so Muppets Mayhem, which is on Disney Plus, they for that they sent a picture of Penny Waxman. And if you look at that character, and she is just this for that character and that voice, there was never going to be another voice for that character. Never. I couldn't even if I wanted to, because she's like big, strong, fierce, like don't mess with me, Hollywood agent. I don't know. I don't even want to go there. So sometimes the design dictates what it's going to be. Like, or I'm a pineapple. Oh, I'm just feeling wild, And so, like, your puppet doesn't have a lot of, like, when you're a pineapple, as you are, right?
Right.
Your character may not have a lot of physical movement, right? So it depends a lot on the voice, because it was just a pineapple and opening it. Sometimes if you're picking up a character and it's got like these arms and it's like, whoa, I'm just flowing. This is great. Sometimes the movement itself. Sometimes for me, um, almost all my characters have a mission statement. I don't have Polar Doodle here, but Polar Doodle is this just a polar bear and a poodle. And I'm just cute. I'm the cutest puppet in the world. And it's just like
Oh.
a fluffy little puppet. And for some reason, that voice fits that little character.
Mhm.
Um, for Lolly, um, I've had Lolly for 25 years, right? And Abby for 20.
Mhm.
So Abby is way up here. She's cute and funny. She's sparky. And Lolly was really upset because Abby laughs like, and Lolly's like, I couldn't believe it. So now we have the same vocal register. Abby's here, but then now Lolly's here. So I had to put her more in my nose.
Hmm.
And then I made her a little more like raspy. And then yeah, hello. Oh gosh, get this thing
Oh,
out of my
oh, hi,
hi.
Lolly. Hi, Lolly.
Uh, yeah, that fairy took my laugh. Now I laugh like I've been skinned with a butter knife.
Oh, well, I love your laugh, Lolly.
You do? You don't think I sound like somebody is like squeezing a duck?
I don't think so. I think it's a very unique, very adorable laugh.
You are my best friend.
I
I
am
love
honored to be your best friend, Lolly.
Sorry, I'm still dressed. I spent the weekend. I was asked to be in a parade at uh, Illinois State. I got to meet my friend Temple, my hero Temple Grandin,
Oh my
who's
gosh.
she's fierce warrior in the autism world. She's a hero.
That's so exciting. What was that like?
Um, I kind of maybe I scared her. I don't know because I was so like, "Wow, you're this," and she's like, "Whoa, take it down a notch." Okay.
Well,
I
I'm sure
gotta
she's
go.
so excited.
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Okay.
bye, Lolly.
I use a lot of arm expressions, and this is me pondering.
Hmm. Hmm.
Isn't that good? You like that? I have
I like
a
that. That's
full
great.
range of acting.
I love it. I love to see it. Will we be seeing you on the lineup, Lolly?
Yes, this is true.
This is
Leslie was
true.
going to do something on her own, but I've known Michael my whole life, Michael Orland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Michael Orland and I go way back, like when Lolly was first born. When I was first made, I used to perform under gay bars in Silver Lake, California, and also was in a show called Fruitcake Follies that Michael played at, which is true.
Wow. Well, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
so
It's gonna be
Michael
a great
played
reunion.
Lolly and Michael are really close. So I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and then last minute I decided I should be in it. Yeah, last minute I thought I can't do something. I have to tell you, this lineup is a lot of really fancy people, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
You're right up there with all them fancy people, girl. You're
Ah,
you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. Don't even stress it.
yeah, well, I the song that we chose is kind of our anthem. I wanted to pick something, Susie said, it's Michael Orland's birthday. So I wanted to pick something that highlights friendship and puts people in a feel good mood. So I think it's good. It's one of our favorite things we do. Hopefully Lolly will. She got this outfit. I don't know if she's going to dress up as corn or
Oh,
not.
look at that. Well, I'm sure that I'm sure she'll be great, and I'm sure that you'll be great. Um, to head back a little bit, just back to you for a second. How do you think like your approach to performance has evolved from your like earlier days of doing this to now?
Um, I think it's evolved in my writing has evolved.
Hmm.
When I first started out, like I was just doing little bits of characters, doing small stories, and then when I was doing theater, I did, Sweeney Todd, The Beggar Woman, Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey, um, but then I was hired to do Search for Signs of Intelligent Life
Mm.
at an Equity Theater in Florida, and that's the Lily Tomlin show written by Jane Wagner.
Yeah, I love
And
that show.
oh my gosh, it was so intense. I was like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed what I've been writing. And then I did Parallel Lives, which is the Kathy and Mo show. Mo Gaffey and Kathy and Jimmy wrote this brilliant show. And I got to do that with Paula Pell, like long, long time ago. And just the writing, just, you know, I always when I do my writing, and also Miss Coco Peru is I'm a huge fan of Miss Coco Peru. And when I first saw Coco perform, I realized, as far as cabaret, I love to sing, but I wouldn't call myself a singer. I'm someone who loves to sing. I sang with a big band. I have my own style, but there's so many incredible just vocalists out there.
Mm.
And when I saw Coco do storytelling and music in her cabarets, then I thought to myself, oh, I can do that. So now my writing, when I do my bizarre brunches, every show has a mission statement. You don't know what it is, I know what it is. Like this upcoming show is called Moonlight Madness. I do it every Halloween. You would think it's just a kooky Halloween show, but what it's really about, it was written originally for someone who is going through transition and their parents were not accepting them,
Mm.
and they were being not felt accepted. And so I wrote this as kind of a love letter to, like, I love you, so it's the show, even though it celebrates weird Halloween stuff, it's about not judging who you love, how you love, why you love, what your obsessions are, any of those things. It's really about just celebrating love and acceptance. So even though it's really a crazy show, I hope at the end, people in the middle of it, and it's also, I always say I have humor with a heart, which is the name of my
Yeah,
company.
love.
So my creative writing partner and I, Jamie Domer, we started this company called Humor with a Heart, where we help families and kids and schools navigate life creatively. So it's basically like writing with a, with a, it's drawing yourself out, like literally trying to do that. So I think my writing has gotten better, I guess.
Yeah. I mean that's cool, and I think that is exactly like the word that I was gonna say is it's things can be kooky and crazy, but it has a lot of heart, and I think that that's what matters, and I think that's what like a lot of what your work is like it's puppeteering is so crazy and so fun, but like you also have had all these experiences with all of these kids and like the kid from England and all of that, so I think like it all comes down to like caring about what you do,
Yeah.
and that definitely shows in your work.
Thank you. I think also too, like, I think one of the things that I do struggle with in the creative world is I think people, I get pigeonholed, I think, that people think I'm a puppeteer, or they think they're going to get an Avenue, nothing against Avenue Q, but it's not just lip syncing with a puppet next year,
Yeah.
or if I, so if they see it like in the, in the PR, they think that that's what they're going to get. They don't get, I do a lot of other characters. Like it's not just
Yeah.
puppets. Like if I have a puppet in my show, it's because I'm going to have a conversation with that puppet. That
Mhm.
puppet is going to move the story along.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't want to say gimmick, but it's there for a storytelling purpose. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if you were to surprise the audience with like a hidden talent of yours that has nothing to do with puppets, what would you do?
Um, Sometimes, well, when I do shows in schools, and then my Jamie goes, you should do your drawing exercise. I don't think people know I write music and songs. So, like I have a song I wrote based on an exercise my dad used to do because I have kind of a weird brain, a perception processing disorder, and I thought I was ADD, but I'm not. I have all these weird things, and I cartoon out someone. I get someone to draw a number, and then I cartoon something while I'm singing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so sometimes I always do that in my kids show because I bring them up and I have someone cartoon and then we creative something. So I think that's something I don't think people realize that everything on stage I made, and some of the songs, like If This Got Made, are songs that I wrote.
Yeah.
So I don't think people know that.
That's so cool. Well, I mean, obviously you're an amazing creative and we're very, very lucky to have you on the show. Leslie, is there any you have
Lower your expectations.
No, never. Leslie, is there anything coming up that you want to promote? I know you said you have your Halloween show.
Yes, I'm very excited. So, if you Moonlight Madness, we do it every year, and we have a 1 o'clock and a 7 o'clock at Green Room 42, which we love. That's our new home
It's our
base.
home. We love Green Room.
We love Green Room. And that is coming up. And then what I would like people to do if they could follow Humor with a Heart, like we do a lot of outreach, and most of our stuff is, because we work with kids at risk and social emotional things and mental health, we don't do a lot of like posting, but
Mhm.
when we do post, it's very thoughtful. We're showing things that kids have done that are great, and it's our upcoming work. But I'm really hoping eventually at Green Room 42, we'll probably have something maybe I can do once a month, like a radio show or something. That's what I'm hoping. But just know, I'd like to let people know that other than the Halloween show, which is kind of the same every year, but this year we have two special guests, surprise guests. Every show is different, and we've
Yeah.
just, so keep if Humor with the Heart. But yeah, October 26th, get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now. Leslie, thank you so much for coming on and for chatting. And of course, to Lolly as well for coming on and making an appearance. And of
Can I
course,
ask you a question?
of course,
What do you love most about what you do?
I think so. I work mainly in cabaret. I do theater as well, and I also write and release my own music. And so I think in
Your
general,
voice is otherworldly
oh, thank you.
and beautiful.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
just
Yeah,
have to say that. I'm
I
a
think
fan.
it's oh shucks, girl. No, I think it's the creativity of getting to kind of like form your own thing, which I think like you would understand is in terms of like my songwriting, it's my own and it's something that like I have done from my mind and same with my cabaret shows. I think it's just little pieces of me that I've like implemented into all the things that I do. So I definitely enjoy like the creative process behind it. And of course, being on stage is always fun, but I think the creativity of it and the freedom that I have to kind of do my own thing with it is my favorite.
Yeah, that connection, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like it's almost like you're releasing some sort of something. I just love, I think I love that the best is the spiritual connection and listening to people like laugh or sigh or cry, and you're in that room
Yeah.
together. And I mean, it's so rare. So, well, thank you for your work.
Oh my gosh, of
You're
course.
wonderful.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for coming on and for chatting. And I will see you on Tuesday.
Are you coming?
Of course, of course, I'll be there. I'll be there, and I work there, so I will see you there. For anyone else who's watching, please come see Leslie and the amazing rest of the lineup on October 7th, this Tuesday. Thank you so much for coming on, Leslie.
Fearless. I am
Bye,
fearless.
Fearless.